I'm about using organization as a tool to clear out the clutter in your spirit. The clutter of anxiety, the feelings that you're not good enough, that you have to hurry, hurry, hurry. If you can just use a little organization, just enough, it's a great level for you, not the same that your sister or your best friend does, just your household, how you're running it makes you feel like you're on top of things. Then you can clear out that spiritual clutter and really enjoy your families and use your time to get closer to the Lord. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. The foundational verse for my ministry is Proverbs 14:1, which is, "The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands the foolish one tears hers down." We can all be that foolish woman when the things that we feel like we should be doing or we have to do start to take the priority over the things that we want to do or the things that God's calling us to do. That is the difference between my book and my talks and like a organizing for dummies. We are women of God. We are followers of Jesus Christ. And if we're going to think about managing our time, we need to think about it prayerfully. How is God calling us to use our time? So I'm going to talk with you tonight about the flexible use of a daily planner. Now, I know, I just saw an eyebrow go up right over there. I know some of you, the red flag is raising. You're thinking, whoa, a daily planner, that is not for me. I'm not a daily planner kind of girl. And some of you may be thinking, well, I already have one and I don't really use it very much. I want to help all of you to benefit from the flexible use of a daily planner. There's almost nothing that I would recommend for every mom, but I truly would recommend that every mom have a daily planner. And that means you. So once you kind of open up your hearts, open your minds, and listen to what I have to say about this. Because I think that no matter how flexible you are, and loosey-goosey and kind of the off-the-cuff mom, you have a loose sense of what you want to get done at the beginning of the day. You may have some to-do lists and a pile of papers or some post-it notes on your fridge. I just want to help you to get a little more organized so you can clear out the clutter in your spirit. The most important thing on any daily planner page, and if you're making one yourself, is to have a to-do list. There's a to-do list every time, and that's where you want to write down the steps toward your goals. Don't write the whole goal down because it will just overwhelm you. How could you check it off at the end of the day, right? Write down the first step toward that goal, and then once you cross it off, and I like to make a little check mark in my head, it sounds like, I did that. It makes me very happy. I love my check marks. Once you check it off, then turn to the next day that you'll have an opportunity to work toward that goal and write down the next step, just one step at a time. For example, if you are going to plan a baby shower for a friend, don't write baby shower on your to-do list. That's totally overwhelming. You could never get it done. And how do you start? What I would do to start planning a baby shower is to say, go online and look at baby shower ideas. Because I would want to try to get kind of a theme in my head, figure out what the party is going to be like. So I'd write that down on my to-do list, spend 20, 30 minutes online because I really like that stuff, and I'd find some ideas for the baby shower I want to throw. I'd check that off, and then I would turn to maybe next Thursday when I know I'm going to have the opportunity to run a couple errands, and I would go to the party store and look at supplies for the party, see what I could match up with my theme. And then I would write the next step and the next. And if you think of something, let's say you're thinking about the baby shower and you think, I should make those hors d'oeuvres and freeze them a week before. Then turn your planner to the week before the baby shower and write down, make hors d'oeuvres and freeze them. And if you think of things that you want to make sure to remember on the day of the party, turn to the day of the party and write those down. Everything that's floating up in your head, I want you to put down in your planner so you can really calm your spirit. And when you think of that baby shower, it won't be, oh, I have this huge baby shower to plan. They'll be, I'm working on that baby shower. I'm planning for it. I've got this under control. So project-oriented goals are great to write the first step and then the next. You may also have some goals that are more attitude-oriented or habit-forming oriented. And that is a little bit harder to write down on your to-do list. Like let's say that you want to stop complaining as much. You want to cultivate that attitude of gratitude. Well, what can you do to really help you take a step toward that goal? You could print out some scriptures about complaining tongues and put one on your phone and one on your mirror for when you get up in the morning. And you could, on your family calendar, schedule a time once a week that you're gonna spend 20 minutes in just praise and adoration and thankfulness, thanking God for the things in your life instead of asking Him for things. And on your daily planner to-do list, you could write down for maybe 2 weeks every night, greet my husband at the door with a kiss instead of a complaint. Ladies, I have checked off lesser things. I think you can check off anything if it will get you into a habit that you'd really like to form. Also in your planner, usually next to the daily to-do list, there's a memo space. It's just kind of a blank space. And that memo space is perfect for getting those habits going. If you would like to be in prayer more often, you could use the memo space to jot down prayer requests and praises as they come to you. And you're walking by your planner and checking your to-do list, you'll see those. If you are working on a budget, you could write down your spending in that area. If you're trying to get healthier, you could write down how much you're exercising and what you're eating. I'm going to be totally honest with you, the memo space in my planner every day is dedicated to how much I've exercised and what I have put in my mouth, because it helps me to not sit on my rear all day and eat chocolate, because that's what I would do. I require no other food. I really would just eat chocolate if I had my druthers. So if I write down what I'm eating, I'm so much more likely to stay healthy, and that's what I use that memo space for. You can use your memo space for whatever you want. I also mentioned your family calendar. Now, in your planner, planners always come with calendars. And I'm going to tell you that every time I open up my fresh package of refill pages, I take the calendar and I put it in the recycling. I never, ever use it. And I'm sure that my Franklin Planner Seminar instructor would be highly disappointed to hear me say that. I think the calendar could be really great in a work situation if you were using it for work. But for mom time is just too interwoven into the fabric of the family. If you write things down in your planner and you don't have them up on a family calendar, then you're going to miss it. If things are in your family calendar and not on your planner, you're going to miss it. So only use a family calendar. And you can do the techie version if you and your husband are using the same one, or even any kids who are old enough to have their own phone. That's awesome. Or if you're a paper girl like me, I have a calendar hanging up in my kitchen that everybody can see and use. And it doesn't have super big blocks or highlights or different colors of pen. It's just a calendar with the things that are time sensitive for our family. And my husband can write on it and look at it. My kids can look at it. And I think that that is a huge benefit to have it in that central location. Also in that central location right there should be your planner, so that when you have those I ought to, I should, I want to remember thoughts, you can write it down. And lots of things in our lives involve both the calendar and the planner. For example, if you get a wedding invitation, that is a calendar and planner event. You write the wedding date down on your calendar, but in your planner, you write down the to-dos associated with that. I need to call a sitter. I need to make sure my dress still fits. I need to get a present for the happy couple. All the things that are involved with going to the wedding are to-dos that don't go on your family calendar, they go in your planner. That way, you're not writing down the date of the wedding and then chucking the invitation to a big pile of stuff, only to discover it a couple weeks later and think, did I RSVP to that? Do I have a babysitter? Did I buy a present? You know, you don't want to have that kind of spiritual clutter. You want to feel like you're on top of things. He has also set eternity into the hearts of men, but they cannot fathom what he has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better than for men to be happy and do good while they live, that everyone may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all his toil. This is the gift of God. Isn't that beautiful? So King Solomon is saying God has an eternal view on our work that we cannot fathom. He's not looking at what we're doing today. He's looking at what he wants us to do over our lifetime, and he's going to help us get it done. He has a plan for us. So we can pray over that, commit our work to him, and he will make our work beautiful. So today, I want you to don't take your little handout and put it in your purse or put it in the bottomless pit that is your diaper bag and forget about it. I want you to set aside some time to pray over some goals. Maybe you'll take my challenge and get a daily planner. Maybe you'll start keeping some to-do lists instead. I want you to write down the ways that you want to be spending your time. I want you to pray over those things. I want you to start keeping some lists of things that you want to remember and write down the things that you wanted to do. The reason is because I want you to feel God's peace. I want you to feel like, yes, I am a little organized. Yes, I am doing the things that are important to me, and I know that God has the greater control. I don't want you to feel like you're overwhelmed and overburdened with things to do. I want you to use those things as bricks to build your house with both hands, using Jesus as your perfect cornerstone. So ladies, my sisters in Christ, I love you so much. Thank you for listening to me today. May God bless you. May you enjoy your work and your toil. Enjoy the gift of time that God has given you. Thank you.